to give you a brief demo of Pictello. It's an app by Assistive Wear that is one of our very favorite apps for our 11-year-old who's very highly affected with autism and nonverbal. We started out making her just some stories of her family going to fun places like Disneyland, and I made one just of her favorite food. That's what initially got her interested in looking at the app, and from there she has learned that it's really fun and interesting to look at not just stories on Pictello but pictures on her in her photo library in her iPad. She never ever did that before. She started looking at Pictello, so she's studying them, she's stretching pictures and looking at them carefully, and it's really opened up a whole new world for Abby to realize that it is interesting to look at pictures of her family and of places and of people, and to be able to get her to look at a social story about going to the dentist. It really helps me, and it helps her, because I know that I have a way now of showing her what is going to happen and what we expect her to do. Whether she can do it or not, at least I know that we have a way to show her, so that it's not just all surprises for her, and so that at least she has a chance of picking up on what she's supposed to do now. So it's really been huge for all of us, actually. So I'll give you a real brief overview of Pictello. It's super simple to use for myself and for my daughter, but if you want to make a new story, all you do is push the little plus symbol, and there's a wizard mode that takes you through how to do everything. It takes you a little longer, but it shows you step by step how to do everything. Once you've probably done that once, and you'll be ready to use the expert mode, which is super quick. You can use whatever voice you want, all the voices to choose from. You can record your own voice. You can set up the story however you'd like for it to read it to them or not. Lots of different settings and options there. You can, of course, import your own photos, but not just photos now. You can also import videos, so that's been super exciting for us and for Abby. She loves videos. So then the other options that you have, up the edit button up here, you can press that and then select a picture, and you can delete it or edit it or move it, cut it, copy it. Sharing it is really cool. You have so many different options. You can print it, or you can share it as a Pictello story by putting it in Dropbox and then sending it via Dropbox to someone else who has Pictello. They can open it up in their Dropbox and then open it up to their Pictello. Or you can share a Pictello story code with the share server that Assistive Wear has created, and so if you choose that, you can just send someone the code, email them the code, or send them the code however you'd like. Put the code in a Facebook status, and they can go to the cloud and they can open up their share server with a username and password, and they can input that code, and they can open your Pictello story up into their Pictello. So all the Pictello users can all share stories that way. So that's a really quick, simple, easy way to do that, and that's been really fun. I've done that with a lot of Pictello users from all over the world. Looking at their stories has been really, really cool. And then you can even share it as a PDF. You can send the PDF by email, you can send it by Dropbox, all the different options there. You can do AirDrop now as well, iTunes file share, all the different ways. So you've got so many different options to share your story, and I think it's really cool that you could send it as a PDF to someone else who doesn't have Pictello as well. So that's really cool. I'll show you really quickly one of her stories. This is one of her newest ones of her very first time bowling. I have it set up so that it reads it to her, and when she touches the screen, it reads it to her, and it highlights each word. Again, those are all settings that you can choose to do or not. And then she just presses the arrow, and this is a video of the very first time she bowled. She used a ramp to make the ball go down, and then I have another video later in the story of her doing it without the ramp. So it was a really exciting time for her, and she really enjoys watching this story and watching the videos that are in it over and over again. So adding the videos has added a lot to Pictello for our family. So I hope that gives you a good overview of what Pictello is about, and I'm sure you'll find it very useful and easy to use.